After a 2020 season that was cut short by COVID-19 hit the Lady Knights of Middle Georgia State University, the girls were itching to get back onto the diamond this year and really make a name for themselves. As of right now, they are 10-14 with a 5-5 conference record. Follow me as we head across the road to talk to player Carly Roberts and assistant coach Dalton Meredith to get their views on this season.
I think they lost it a little bit as we first got going, just because we were struggling a little bit at the beginning of the season. But I think once we started getting into conference play and we saw where we stood in the conference, that we could compete with almost any team in the conference, I think they started getting the energy back. And I think now we're back to where we were at the beginning of the season with the energy they had. And I think they're really focused and ready to continue this season.
To be honest, this shouldn't surprise anyone. It is not uncommon for a team to have a period of subpar energy and performance. It is a welcoming sight to see them well on their way back to where they should be. Meredith went on to talk about his grade of the team at the halfway point.
I don't think we are at where Coach Becker and I wanted to be at the beginning of the season. I think we expected a little bit more, to at least be 500 overall, or at least have a winning record in a conference, or 500 overall. But I think with the young team we have, because we have a lot of freshmen on this team, I think it's not a bad performance right now. Considering we're 5-5 and probably one of the top conferences in the NAIA, and we're 10-14 overall with a couple of big wins over top 25 teams with a very young roster. I think we are able to accept where we're at right now with what we have on this team.
Not being where you should be, in a coach's opinion, like a below 500 record, is an area of concern, not panic. It's nothing that can't be fixed. There is still lots of softball left to be played. This just means that there's more work to be done, and complacency is not an option. Afterwards, we touched on an opponent watch list.
If I remember correctly, it was Mobile that won it in 2019, and we played both Mobile and William Carey already this year in conference play. And in my personal opinion, I think William Carey is the better team this year overall. So I think William Carey is really the team to watch in conference this year. But Mobile is always one of those teams where they can easily take over a conference at any given time. That's just the talent. That's just the kind of team they are. But I definitely think after playing both of them this year, William Carey is definitely the better team to watch out for this year.
It looks like the 2019 champs over in Mobile haven't lost much and are still the ones to watch out for. I can see it in the mannerisms and hear it in the voices of the girls that they are hungry for an upset. They, along with other conference foes, are fighting to steal this title.
Yeah, I think I'm sure she mentioned Sydney at the beginning of the year, and I think Sydney, who is our Game 1 starter this year, has really taken control of the Game 1 starter, and she's won Conference Player or Pitcher of the Week a couple times, and she's nominated almost every week for that. So I really think she's taking control of the Game 1 starting role as our #1 pitcher. I also think our senior first baseman, Maggie, has, once she got her opportunity to be in the lineup, she's really taken off, and she's stayed hot at the plate. So those are a couple of the big names that have really stood out. And we have a couple freshmen, too. Our center fielder's really hitting good right now. So if she stays hot, she's going to be somebody to watch out for throughout the rest of this year. And so those are probably the three names that have really stood out to me lately. And I can even throw a fourth one in there. Logan Blizzard, our junior middle infielder, she's been hot this year too. So I think those are the four main ones right now that are really either getting hot right now in the middle of the season, or had the opportunity, and once they got in the lineup, they took control of it, and they haven't let up since.
I had no doubt in the beginning, but it really seems like Coach Hewitt's prediction is panning out the way she saw it, and that's an incredible thing to see. After a great interview with Coach Meredith, I had the pleasure of sitting down with Carly Roberts to get her thoughts on how she thought this season was going.
We came out in the fall well, like he said, I got to play my senior year. So all the freshmen and all the returners came out in the fall working hard. We got a 6-0 record for the fall. We were ready to hit it off in the spring. When we started out a little ruggedy in the spring, then we finally came together. But we were definitely ready to take on the spring season. I would say we definitely improved from when we came back in January. We weren't really that big, close as a team. Then we finally came together. And now we're all together on the field, I would say. We're lacking a little in communication, but overall we're most lacking at confidence at the plate. Our pitch selection's not there. A lot of us are striking out more than we usually do, but I would say overall just at the plate.
Carly is a freshman with the mindset of an upperclassman. She clearly knows what areas are on the right track and which ones require attention to detail. I was happy to hear her mention improving confidence at the plate and overall team communication. These two are areas that aren't mentioned often, but they are crucial to the team's success. If confidence and communication are off, everything else will follow the downhill trend. Like all good softball teams, you're going to have your good and your bad takeaways, but make no mistake, you're going to find the Lady Knights out here working every day, busting their tails. They're working to live by the phrase, hustle until you no longer have to introduce yourself. They are going to become a household name here. Reporting for Middle Georgia Softball News, I'm Jacob Harrell, and I'll see you later.